Yes.
I was curious. It seemed like you got into number 9 as fast as you could. As soon as that number came available, what does that number mean for you?
I mean, it's just always been my go-to. You know, in high school, I was a big Alabama fan. I used to study Alabama receivers, and I used to study Amari Cooper a lot. And so once I see him with that number, I just wanted to, you know, kind of model some of my stuff after him. And ever since, it just stuck with me.
Konata, you get Dejan into this receivers room now, and a guy that has experience playing college football before. How much was there a transition period to get him kind of used to things again, or was he kind of just ready to go coming into this spring?
It seemed like he was ready to go. He was on his P's and Q's. You know, he put in the work outside of football or outside of being here. He put in the work, so it seemed like it was a pretty smooth transition.
What impresses you the most about him and his skill set?
His hands. He has really good hands, and to win, be able to win the 50-50 ball.
Coach Narduzzi praised you for. You said that you've come a long way. Where do you feel like you've grown as a receiver?
Just being more comfortable, just with like the offense, just understanding how SIG works, and then also just getting in that weight room, being stronger, faster, just working on the little things that I felt like I needed to work on.
How does Coach Underwood challenge you? Just last year versus this year.
I mean, he's been challenged. He challenged us as a group since we got here to be the best. You know, I mean, he's had that NFL experience, and we all want to get to that level. So he's training us to get to that level. So he's been on us like.
Does he? Oh, sorry.
No, you good.
Does he say anything specific to you about like, hey, Konata, do like work on this, or I like this? Like any specific advice or things he says?
He gives us like pointers on everybody's little things that they could work on, like they could do better. So I mean, he doesn't really just like single anybody out, or he makes sure he tells everybody what it is.
I know last season you were going through the transfer portal process and everything, but what was this season like for you? Was it different for you at all, and what changes maybe were there?
I don't really think it was different. You know, I keep the same mindset. Whatever I do, wherever I'm at, I'm just gonna work. So I mean, this off season, I knew I had work to do. So I just made sure I was putting in the right work that I had to do. So.
Who are the guys providing the most competition behind you? Who are the guys providing the most competition behind you?
Receivers?
Yeah.
I mean, we have a big group of guys. I mean, I feel like almost any of them can come in and play and do their thing. I mean, from our freshmen, Lamar, Izzy, Miles, Jake, that's a whole lot of them. So I mean, we have a really good group.
Dave, from your perspective, what can you tell us about the 2 new quarterbacks, how they fit in, what that's working with them has been like?
It seems like this system is pretty well for them. So I mean, obviously Phil has experience in the offense, and then Christian kind of ran like a similar thing at Penn State. So they just came in and they've been balling since. So.
How different is it being in the second year with this offense as opposed to last year when you were learning for the first time?
It's a lot different. You could play a little bit faster. You're way more confident and just understanding defenses, and you can expand a little bit on what your game is, instead of just worrying about plays where you need to be, alignments, things like that.
Coach Narduzzi said that Bub Means has been one of the louder leaders as far as spring practice so far. Do you agree with that? And what kind of leader is Bub?
Yes, he's definitely a very vocal leader. He takes the helm. You know, he breaks it down. You know, he's a very vocal person, an outgoing person. So I mean, that's just what his strong suit is.
How close are you guys as teammates?
Yeah, I think we're pretty close. I mean, we go back home all the time and we work out. You know, our trainer, we have the same trainer at home, so you know, we're always together.
Anything else?
What do you think of a guy like Jared Wayne and what he was able to do for this room in his years here, and obviously with last year you coming here? What's the one thing you took away from him and his leadership?
Man, Jared, he was just a pro. Like the way he went about his business, you know, everything. It was a pro, from routine to what he was doing off the field to on the field. So that was probably like the biggest thing, just being a pro.
Okay. Well, Konata, thank you.